What'd you say his name was? Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy, nothing fancy. Yeah, I think I have heard of that guy. What's he do? I'll tell you what he does. He spends my money. He brings to tabletop, to bunker, the coolest items made in this world. And I cannot resist them. And I have to freaking buy them. That's what dude does. That's what he does. He excels at that. He also has some, I don't know, meaningful philosophy videos, strangely enough. Yeah, some really cool adventures. He's a geared adventure channel. But damn, son, he spends a lot of money. That's you talking to your friend. And you're right. I do excel in spending your money. But I'll tell you what, there are a few regrets that I hear from TMPers who buy my recommended stuff. Almost universally, not always, almost universally, they love the stuff that I have recommended and they echo what I've said here on tabletop or in the bunker or in field. And they go, oh my gosh, that's the best thing ever. I just love it. For instance, this Aviate 4088 watch, Hawker Hurricane series, soon to be gone. Might be gone already. This variation is gone. So excellent. So fun for the money. The amount of enjoyment this watch would give you is just off the charts. So if you don't watch the watch show, you should. I concentrate on $300 or below, which is super value for watches. This one in its quartz form, I think was around 2-ish. In the automatic form, 3-ish. Great watch though, I just love it. The 4088. Stay, boy, stay. Now my wrist wear right now is a crazy watch, and man, do I love it. Speaking of spending your money. Get this out of the way. Go. It is the Invicta Sub Aqua is what I'm trying to say. Zager exclusive. Look at this thing, dude. Nothing fancy, that's a train wreck. It's fun, and watches are about having fun. I've dove this in the ocean. Of course, the Invictas do great. No big surprise. This is a big piece, dudes. Don't even try it if you don't have a 7 1/4 inch wrist or larger. It's heavy, solid link, art printed, bracelets, case. Look at how cool this is. I haven't done anything, haven't modded it. It's just a fun watch. This is one of my most commented on pieces when I wear it. People, women especially, they'll come out and they go, whoa, that watch is cool. I love that watch. And as you know, I wear watches just to pick up women. That's the only reason I wear watches. Well, okay, I've been married forever. You're not going to pick many women up with this watch, though, even though it's awesome. The Casio STL S100H. That's invisible to people. No one's ever going to comment on that watch. On we go with the knife show, by the way. We're not talking watches necessarily. I'm just making the point that I do review cool stuff. And I, you know, sort through all the chaff out there and the crap and just bring you the best. And in the previous KRV, I forgot to mention this knife. It was sitting in the backdrop of the Fireball review. So this is that mini out the front that they're doing. And I'll tell you in this video, it was on sale today for $22 at Grindworks. Eat your heart out. Pay attention to the tweets. Pay attention to them tweets and my videos. Donors always get the video first. But I did the Fireball. It's a larger version, of course, of the awesome Lightning. And sitting in the background was this Honey Badger that I forgot to mention. And this is in that very cool leaf blade. I call it a drop snout, really. It can do some rescue cutting capabilities there. Awesome. And I didn't say anything about it, so I'll put it in this We Knives review. Strangely enough, it's an odd place to put it. But we love our Honey Badgers, don't we, TMPers? Oh my goodness. You talk about one of the all-time favorite EDC blades for TMPers, the Honey Badger series. I did a special edition in tuxedo coloration. That thing sold out within like 24 hours. It was gone. I signed a bunch of them for you. Congratulations that got those that got that Honey Badger TMP edition. And it's so successful, as they often do. Any knife company, any watch company, really, if it sells like crazy, they'll come out with different variations, just like this one. So this is selling very well for Aviate. The 4088 and 4094 series They have come out with different variations. The problem is they very much limit their pieces, and they go on to the next design. You may not see this design come out for another decade. So get it while you can. Link below. Sometimes taking you to Aviate UK, which I order from. So this is the leaf blade shape of the Honey Badger medium size 8CR13 MOV liner lock. Takes the zip ties. Nice span here where it locks the zip ties in position. Very fast. Very fast. Awesome lockup. We just love the Honey Badgers. For the money, oh my gosh, what a deal. What a deal. And now we transition to a much more expensive knife, right? The Knife Seer knife. Here, this is it right here. This is the star of the show, dudes. I have been carrying it. I love this knife. In fact, I'll say it right now. This is one of my all-time favorite knives that they've come out with. The Banter would be in that lineup as well. And I want to put this video out in time for you guys to score this if you are in the market for a superb, semi-custom quality, I would say almost custom quality titanium frame lock. Yeah, it's put together by Knives. You put it together by an American manufacturer, well, it's going to be a lot more expensive. And I will point you to the A.G. Russell S30V AC's titanium frame lock, reviewed. Recommended. So this is an A.G. Russell titanium frame lock. So it's the same type of knife as this. And I really don't own too many titanium frame locks. There's only a couple I have here on tabletop to show you. They tend to be rather expensive and rather special. Sebenza-like. So Sebenzas, of course, are a titanium frame lock. Love Sebenzas, by the way. Still, I've always said they're super expensive. But here is the write-up from A.G. Russell, whom I do like a lot. I just think their prices are a little bit high. They used to provide a really awesome military discount. I think they've done away with that. S30V. You can see the specs here, $375. So this knife, titanium frame lock, $375. And is this US produced? It might be made in the US. Oh, nope, Taiwan. There you go, dude. Taiwanese production, still $375. This one, about $212, subject to change. I hate saying prices in the camera because then like they go up to $300, like it's no longer $212. For the money you're spending, the point I'm making with this AC's cast member is that this is a good deal. And you may not agree. You're like, well, I'm not spending $200 on a knife. Really? Really? I don't have it on tabletop, but how about them Microtechs for $500? They go up in price. Might want to rethink that. A lot of people do. These Seer knives, and that's the name of this model, Seer, which is a very cool name, they're going to be gone. They'll be gone soon enough, and guys that dial into this video like a year from now, they'll all be sold out. This is my favorite coloration. Look at this beautiful purple blue titanium coloration, dudes. Look at that. And the camera's doing a really good job capturing that coloration. Why am I so excited about this color? Well, because to get a stone washed, as you can see, titanium frame lock and titanium clip in this coloration is, I would say, not rare, but it's difficult, especially at this price point. Usually you're going to go to a semi-custom, maybe a custom, and a custom knife of this sort would be $1,000 to $1,500. Semi-custom, I'll say $5-ish, $500. So Knives does an amazing job with their knives. They are fantastic. Their value division is Civivi, and I've reviewed more than a few of their Civivis, and I pretty much give a rave review every time. But this Seer, in its CPM 20V steel, for the price, it's a value knife, dude. It is. I mean, I just showed you one that's $375. That's not as cool. Doesn't have the traction, doesn't have the coloration. I love this knife. I really do. It's awesome. I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't love it. The jimping is perfection on the A.G. Russell's ACs. But you can see right there, I have a little bit of an occlusion with that slanted thumb stud. No thumb stud on this because it's a flipper design. Super fast, super fast. Riding on ceramic ball bearing. Pivot point. But yeah, that's why I brought this table. It's an interesting cast member value comparison, and that's why I do it. Now, this is available in other colors as of now. I don't know if they're going to discontinue it, if you'll see the Seer go bye-bye forever. I saw it in gray, which is basically the one I just showed you, not the knife, but where'd it go? The AC's knife. This is kind of this coloration, the standard titanium color. Albeit the finish on the Seer is going to be way different than this. This is a slickery, as I call it, kind of a satin finish with no traction. Hence the skateboard tape. I put it on this as well, though. And they have that gray one. It's very cool. Then they have a black one. And each one will have some color accents built into the handle, as we've seen before on some other knives. I really like it when I do this. So this purple blue one has the gold accents. I have one covered up with my skateboard tape run. The blade itself is perfectly shaped. This is one reason why I'm so excited about it. It's just a classic, non-trendy drop point. 3.5-inch blade, which is on the large scale, not too bad. 8.2 inches overall. So I would classify this as more of a larger EDC knife. Maybe tactical blade too, because this has really good jimping on it, dude. Albeit it's a short run of jimping. And no, I did not modify that at all. Nice finishing on the blade. It's dirty because I have been running this and using it as an EDC knife. As a backup tactical folder too. Look at the finishing on this. Really nice. I mean, Spyderco could take, you know, a note from WE of how they finish their blades. It's just really excellent. Notice the limit on this. There's the answer right there. So this is 244 of 610 pieces. That's how I read that. So that answers that question. I should have let out with that. This is going to be a limited knife. So I don't know if they're going to make any more of these. The edge is fantastic out of box. I really like CPM 20CV. I have used it rather hard in the wilderness. You might remember the, what is it, the GSO Survive knife. I think that was 20 CV, and I rocked that thing. I mean, I was thumping on it, and it did fantastic. Great edge holding, no chipping as it went into the dirt, no bending. I was doing tip tests with it. Blade HQ crew at the time. That was probably a long time ago. What, like 10 years ago, maybe? Same steel, though. So it's crucible, particle metallurgy steel. Really consistent, awesome edge holding, great rust resistance. Look at that beautiful pivot point there. Thankfully, using a normal torque screw so you can adjust it if and when you had to. We have the WE pivot point on this side, so it's just single adjustable. Let's check the centering on this sucker. Perfect. Deployment speed, detent, perfect. So the detent to keep it in the closed position, just right. I haven't seen WE really screw this up too much. They've always done a great job. Just perfect. Oh my gosh. There's a top spine. A little bit of rounding going on here. So there's a slight bevel. I don't know if the camera can capture it. There you go. You can see that bevel on the top. The flipper tab itself is perfect. No hot spots, rounded. I do tend to rant about this a little bit. It's such a tiny detail that so many manufacturers get wrong. This one's done perfectly. And it should be. I mean, this is not an inexpensive knife. Don't get me wrong. In that value discussion, I'm drawing the comparison between custom and semi-custom titanium frame lock knives of this quality. My point is, for this type of knife, it is a value knife, and I will stick with that. It is. But it represents, you know, a chunk of change. It's not super inexpensive. My printout here shows $217 on the price. Deep carry titanium pocket clip. Little bit of intrusion going on there with the attachment, but we have anodized gold knockoffs, anodized gold screws here. Thick enough to accommodate thick tactical pants. Flow through design. There's your timing on the titanium frame lock, which does have an over travel stop on the interior. You might be able to see it right through here. See it right there. Let's break out that there Olight S20. I'm sorry, this is an S2. The old school S2. Man, I love these lights. They are like part of my EDC system forever. You see it right there. Very excellent. And there's your timing. Early timing. Really solid lockup. And you can see there's steel on steel in there on the side of that lock bar. And I guess replaceable, but I don't know how you could ever find the piece to replace that inside there. I don't know if you'll ever put enough wear and tear on this to even make it matter, because this will probably be one of your, I don't know, your touchstone pieces in your collection, and you probably won't carry it too much. I do have a video out there called High End Carry, HEC, and I'm advocating that you guys do what I'm doing with this knife. You actually take out your expensive pieces and you put wear and tear on them. Life is too short not to do it. You might buy two. I mean, you could buy two, collect one, and then put wear and tear on the other ones. I see a lot of TMPers do that with my collectible blades. Do I have any collectible blades here? Oh yeah, I have this one. So I have a TMP Delica here in my pants pocket. So they've bought like at least two of these. One they're putting wear and tear on like I am with this one. And then the other that they just collect, and it'll go up and up and up in value. These are already, I won't say a price, but they're selling way, way more than they came out with. All three versions. I had the Delica, the Dragonfly, and the Endura. And my prediction is the Endura will go up probably the most in price, because that was the slowest selling. It always just seems to work that way. I don't know why, but all of them are just going to go up in price. So congrats to TMP, especially the donors who got them signed. So fun. So this Knife Seer, highly, highly recommended. Just so perfect. One competitive option. Also from We Knives, although it comes out under at least it did under the Ferrum Forge branding. This is the Crux by Mass Drop in the day. I did rave about this knife, and I have shown it in multiple KRVs and actually off-topic reviews too, maybe some GRVs. Sadly, Mass Drop, now known as Drop, stupidly discontinued their knives and watches. That infuriated us, and I've dropped them ever since. Oh, that's a good pun, actually. This one is collectible, though, because it's labeled Mass Drop. It came out with them. This thing came out for a song and a dance. It's like $115. And then it's a frame lock. It's a titanium frame lock. This is in that bronze Spartan coloration. It came out in different colorations. I think they even had a blue one. But point being is that this is the same company putting these two knives together. Right here. Two knives together. And I'm showing the consistency of, you know, my affinity for these blades. I raved about this one. I'm raving about that one. So highly recommended. This is the Nut and Fancy tabletop review. Recommended on the Seer. Little bit pricey, but I don't think you'll care. Once you start carrying it and wearing it, you're just going to love it. Thanks so much. At least subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Check in with me frequently in my Patreon clubhouse. Never too late to join. Never too late to join. Just throw down like $1 a creation, or preferably $10 a creation. I'd really like that. There's dudes that do that, by the way. Couple. Yeah, thank you so much to the donors. Signing off. See you next video. So many more cool ways to spend your money. Over and out.